Ho hum, ho hum. Get some more coffee. Should work. All right. We're set. Yeah. I'm just gonna close this, lock you in there because I'm doing podcast stuff and you're not allowed to be on there. So, how's it going, everyone? One person hanging out there. We got a non-typical, totally unexpected podcast here. Well, I don't know how much of a podcast. I'm basically going to smoke a joint and maybe roll a couple, and that'll be about it. So, yeah, we are here, Armstrong Metal Fest. Fun starts in about an hour and 15 minutes. We're going to head over to the arena in about 15. Here we are camping it up right now. Just kind of waiting for the excitement to kick off. Cheers, road music. Cheers, Operation Annihilation. Hope you guys are having great days. I'll show you guys kind of our layout of where we're at here. Security driving by and stuff like that. This is really done well out here. So here we are. Car flags out, friggin' representing our bands that we love. You know, keeping the sun out. Motorhead, Monmouth, Slayer, all that. That's like we're in a stampede ground. These are basically bleachers on the other side of that where the rodeo stuff goes on. You know, chairs and all that set up. Kids hiding in the car. And there's a skate park over there, just over there. So we were hitting up that earlier this morning, which is cool as hell. Yeah. Come on, let's get that. There we go. I'm back. So I just thought I'd come and jump in, smoke a joint with y'all, maybe do a dab or two. Partly, first of all, I want to apologize for last night. We just I knew damn well I was gonna be here doing this on a Thursday night, way like a year ago, pretty well, and should have known well in advance. But G-Bay and I started kind of talking to each other, not long before go live time. He was busy doing a motorcyclist meetup stuff, totally cool, do your thing, and I was doing this, and we decided to cancel. And as I was going to jump on IG to put out sorry guys, no show tonight kind of message out there, I realized, holy shit, we're only like, it's pretty much go live time right now. So I figured I'd be able to jump on and do a shortened version of this Sesh, you know, now that we're here in Armstrong and getting ready to metal it up, you know. But it was just too distracting. We had new guy that he's camping next to us now. Seems like an awesome guy. He was over here shooting the shit, smoking weed for a bit last night and again this morning. Pulling up and, you know, just asking the usual questions. Hey, it's a good place to pick a park, mind if I, you know, and all that. It's like, yeah, dude, fucking more the merrier as far as we're concerned. I just do it and trying to, you know, keep up with y'all. It was just too much for me to handle. My brain just kind of short circuited there. I think y'all kind of, anybody that was watching probably saw it. Cheers, ICD. Hope you're doing well. So here we are. Like I said, keep saying Armstrong Metal Fest. This is our second time here. We'd never been here. Actually, let's do, you know, let's get a dab going on. Let's see if we get that. So this, as I was saying, this is our second time here. The first time we showed up was last year. I'd wanted to come out to this for a few years now, and last year just sort of worked out for us. And me and my daughter get out here. It's a 2-day event. You get out here Thursday, set up, get your camping spot and all that. And music starts at 10:30 Friday morning. So, and that continues Friday, Saturday. And we're about halfway through Saturday last year when my 10-year-old daughter looks at me and was like, we got to do this again next year. And I was already thinking the same thing, but to hear it come from her, you're like, yeah. Her first wall of death, her first mosh pits that she's ever been, were here at Armstrong in the Hassan Arena, which is a huge deal. There's a band, Anomalist, out of my hometown, Prince George, was playing, and they called for the wall of death, and we're right up at the front rail there by the stage. And I just told her, "You stay here, Daddy's got to get in on this." And so I start lining up, and we're ready to run at each other. And just as the song's about to kick in, sorry, we got rigs and stuff driving by. Just as the song's about to kick in, I feel her grab my hand, and I'm like, "Oh, you getting in on this too?" And she says, "I guess so." And they're together, they're running the crowd, and get into it. It was a great time. Circle pits, my kid circle pits like a mofo. It's just a cool stuff to see. Um, you got to shield her from shots. Like most people, they see her in the pit, and they're like, and we're not doing push pits. To be clear about that, she would get fucked up in a push pit. But like a circle pit where you can kind of run and just kind of have her on the outside of the pit where she's not, and you still got to take shots for her because sometimes people just don't see. But it's fun. But then the people that are on the outside of the pit that are watching, they see this freaking, like 4.5 foot. Freaking, she's 11 years old now. Getting in there in the pit, and they love it. And actually, here's another cool thing. So the band Anomalous I just mentioned earlier from my hometown, they played a show back in my hometown last December, and me and the kid went up to that. It was an all ages show, and I was talking to their guitar player after their set, and at some point it had been mentioned that her first wall of death was during their set here at Armstrong. And he's just like, whoa, 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 she was the kid in the pit. And just like, whoa, like she gets a shirt, she gets a free t-shirt kind of thing. She already had a t-shirt from the band. We try to support that, but it was just cool just to see that reaction and knowing that, like, people notice when they see the kid out there. So here we are back for year 2. And honestly, I couldn't be more stoked to be here. Cheers, D-Man. Cheers, Mr. Greenfingers. Yeah, man, it's fuck yeah. So I should like maybe do one of these dabs or light up a joint or something like that. Maybe I'll do a dab and then I'll light a joint. How's that sound? Get this bitch heated up. So I'll pull out the schedule here. I got the schedule. We'll take a look at that and see who's up. We got 28 bands over 2 days, so 14 a piece, which is pretty badass. It's about a 25-minute set for each band. I think the second to last band might get a little bit longer, like maybe a half hour, 35 minutes, and then the closer each night gets an hour, which is cool. They have during the first day they have a thing called the Yeti Games, which I think is kind of like a drunken Olympics kind of thing, right? Where you just get silly courses and awesome courses and shit to do. I could be wrong on that. I just wasn't interested, so we didn't check it out last year. But then tomorrow during the day, they've also got thrash wrestling, which is they set up a wrestling ring in the parking lot and they get people for doing wrestling. And I didn't think I was very interested in it last year until we actually watched it, and it was actually fully amazing. I'm not gonna lie, guys. It was pinkies up, y'all. It was cool. Yeah, everybody gathered outside of the parking lot around the ring. Then you have your baby face and your heels, right? Good guys, bad guys. Sorry for barking in your ears. And they're playing their parts, but then you get the crowd that's in there shit talking all the bad guys and stuff like that. And they start talking back, and it really was a good time, even in like the 40-degree heat. Fucking cooking hot. So we're excited for all that again this year. Now let's take a schedule. So most of these are bands that most of us have never even heard of, with the exception of the 3 closers. I don't know if you probably can't read any of that. That's what today's schedule looks like. So which way do I go with it? I'll read it out to you just to make it easier. So 10:30, we got Planet Killer. At 11:20, we got Shackled to the Throne. 12:10 is Lover. 1 o'clock is Cadaver Dogs. 1:30 they do the Yeti Games opening ceremony. And then at 1:50 is Drowning in Blood. 2:20 is the Yeti Games Tri-Team Slam. It just sounds like drinking games, doesn't it? And then 2:40 is so it looks like Japanese, yeah, something like Hismitux Himiani. Actually, you know what? I think they're native. I think they're a native band. I think actually I remember seeing something on Instagram about them. I could be wrong, so that could be really cool. More Yeti Games at 3:10, and then we got an Armstrong Metal Fest documentary you're gonna put up at 4:20. Ooh, everybody likes 4:20 around here. Cheers, Southern Vermont. Great to see you. We got Spruce Moose. They've got to be fun. I feel like that's going to be a band with a good sense of humor. Scalding at 5:10. Grave Mass at 6. Some kind of special event at 6:40. Vistia at 6:50. Glyph at 7:50. Riot City at 9. And then we got Havoc at 10:30. I actually saw Havoc open for Megadeth about 7-8 years ago. Didn't really know much about them. I'd heard about them, but I don't think I'd ever listened to them at the time. And they were actually pretty good. I didn't mind them at all. So it'll be cool to see them again. And then tomorrow, opening up the show at 10:30 in the morning again, we got Floodgate. 11:20, we got Naitaka. Hope I get that right. I don't mean to disrespect anyone. 12:10, Valley of Despair. 1 o'clock, Famous Strangers. 1:30, more Yeti Games. 1:50 is a band called Volt. More Yeti Games at 2:20. At 2:40 is a band called Yegg, Yegg. They actually won a competition to go to Vaughan Open Air this year. The Canadian, there's a competition across Canada every year and the winner gets to go to Vaughan Open Air, and they actually won this year. So I'm interested in see them. That's interesting as hell. More Yeti Games. After that, we get the Jisei, just Jisei. Good luck pronouncing that. I don't know. Another band called Stormtrain. It's hard to pronounce. I don't know. And then we get into the wrestling. Thrash Wrestling doubleheader, it says. So it looks like that's probably 2 matches. That'll be fun. A band called The Defect on after that. And then we get into another wrestling match. A band called Convictions at 7:10. Another wrestling match after that, and then we get into the closers. We got a band called Verbum, the Browning, and now the Browning closed this festival down last year, and was honestly like, fuck man, they were one of the best live bands I've seen, like on a smaller stage with no real production going on. That guy was able to work that crowd up. Like we'd just seen Cannibal Corpse and Amon Amarth like couple months before that when we were there last year, and the crowd didn't go that crazy for those guys as it did with the Browning. And when we left that show, I was like, "Fuck, and I'll probably never get to see these guys again." And it turns out they're actually out on a tour right now that's coming through. So they're not closing this year. They got Born of Osiris is going to shut the festival down this year. Now, when I heard that, I damn near shit my pants with joy. They're a band I've been interested in a long ass time now for probably 12 years or so. And I just gotten kind of back into them. Like maybe, I don't even think it was a month before they announced the lineup for this festival. And then all of a sudden they're headlining a festival that I already am planning on going to, with a band that is already one of the best live bands I've ever seen. And, you know, these guys got to come and play after the Browning, which is fucking wow, you know what I mean? So we're really excited. It's going to be a great weekend here. Anyone in the area, come on down. Doesn't seem to be too many in the BC area watching and hanging out on Caribou Heart TV as it is. But hey, man, if you are, it's going to be a great time. There's coffee going on. Well, I think I'm going to hit one more dab here. Let's throw the dab frog at you guys, and then I think I'm gonna get bold here because, well, make it a short one. I guess I'll clean that dab right up first. I gotta heat this up. Throw some gooey. So what's everybody got going on this weekend? What's everybody else smoking on? I'm smoking on some Jack Black live resin right now, and it's pretty satisfactory, I must say. It's good. It's not even just satisfactory. It's full on. It's good. We like it a lot. And then I got some lemon skunk shatter that we picked up. And that stuff's really good. It's not even, I can't even taste the lemon or citrus in it, but you know that sensation when you like bite into a lemon rind or whatever, where there's that feeling, you get almost like that from it, but without the citrus to it. It's interesting. Love it. Yeah. Let's do one. Oh, lost my damn tool. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Sorry about that. I don't need to be barking in your ears like that. Well, anyways, I just wanted to get back in here, especially after yesterday where I was unable to do a proper show, and it's kind of felt like I disrespected y'all, and y'all deserve better than that. So first of all, once again, my apologies to anybody that tuned in for last night. I just I tried to make an attempt, and it just wasn't the right time or place. I should have just tried to cancel outright, and but I didn't. Sometimes that kind of shit happens. But also, G-Bay said he's gonna do a Friday night shit show tonight. So anybody that's interested, jump on in there and get in on that. Um, I would like to say that I'll try and jump in there, but odds are it's just I'll be busy doing awesome stuff with the kid. So we're not going to go there. Um, everybody have a great kick-ass weekend, and I will see you all Sunday morning for the Wake and Bake show. Probably have lots of shit to talk about when we get there. All right, have a great day. Later. We're going to go and horns up. You know how it is. Mosh pits.